I'm gonna teach you guys how to go down this hill with skates on without dying. If you're skating outside, I'm hoping that you have outside wheels on because that's gonna make your life so much easier. If you find that you have indoor wheels on, what's going to happen is every little crack in the ground is going to trip you up. Everything is going to be a threat. But if you have outdoor wheels on, you're gonna be just fine as long as you make sure to stay bent. So we got this scary hill. Woo, woo. If I didn't have outdoor wheels on, that would have taken me out. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. This little thing would have taken me out. Okay, so we're gonna be going down. And how we're gonna go down is I want you to think of yourself as a leaf flowing down a river. We're just going to be very aware of what our body is doing, shifting our weight from side to side, from side to side. I'm gonna show you 2 ways to go downhill that don't involve you taking your skates off. But you can do that too if you want to. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. For this move, you should feel comfortable standing on your toe stops. So that's just making sure that our knees are nice and bent, our chest is up, our head is up, because where our head goes, our shoulders go, and then our body follows. So we're just shifting our weight to one side, shifting to one side, being very mindful of where our weight is, shifting our weight all the way to one side, and then lifting our heel so that we're standing on our toes, and then shifting back to the other side to lift the other one. So that's the first prerequisite. The second prerequisite is to be able to just lift your heels. If you can bend and lift your heels, you should be able to do this technique. So we're bent and we can lift our heel. So how we're gonna do this is as we start to go down the hill, we're gonna kind of take it at an angle. So rather than us going straight down, which is gonna cause wobbly knees and is nightmare fuel, we're gonna bust our ass. We kind of take it at a side angle. So I'm lifting up my heel and my weight is shifted to my outside leg. And now I'm on both. And I lift in my heel and I shift my weight to the outside edge. Now we're on both. Shifting our weight to our outside edge, lifting our heel. And we're making sure to turn our shoulders in the direction we want to go, because where the shoulders go, the body follows. So we're making a C, an outside C. Our weight is shifted here. Our weight is shifted to our outside leg and it becomes our inside leg. So we're shifting, making a C, making a C, making a C, making a C. And we're moving. Like, we're not doing anything. We're going nice and slow. I have found that the higher you lift your heel, because you're not having all 8 wheels on the ground, the slower you're going to go. If we're here and we lift our leg, so all of our weight is on our outside leg, there's no speed for us to catch. So we're slowly making little C's and flowing. Think of yourself like a leaf on a river, just flowing and making sure our shoulders are turning in the direction that we want to go. Little C, shift our weight. Little C, shift our weight. Little C, shift your weight. Little C, shift. Little C, shift. Little C, shift. And we're flowing. And we are going downhill. Well, if we get a little bit tired, all you have to do is turn and face the opposite direction. So we're here. And I can stand with my feet in a V to block myself from going anywhere before I start again. So to start again, we're just lifting our heel, making that C and turning our shoulders. And turning our shoulders. This movement kind of mimics a skier. So if you ever watch skiing and they're like, it's all shifting our weight from one side to the other. So my weight is here on my back leg. make a C. It's here on my back leg. Make a C. It's here. It's here. We're shifting our weight, making a C. Pushing our heel outward, being very mindful of what our body is doing, where my weight is. And we're turning our shoulders in the direction we want to go, because where the shoulders go, the head goes, or where the head goes, the shoulders go, the body follows. There you go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're like welcoming someone into your space. Welcome, welcome. A lot of it's determined by how big you want to make your C. So how big you want to make your C is going to determine how fast you want to go. If I make my C nice and wide, I'm going much faster than if I have a smaller C and my turn radius is much shorter. So go based upon what feels good to you. Small C's or big C's, they matter. Small C, big C, big C, big C, big C, small C, small C, shift. Now we're cooking. If you want to put both of your feet on the floor and just shift, once you get to a less steep enough spot, you definitely can. And then when we're doing that, we're just shifting our weight. Woo, made some gravel. Okay. Actually, I just lied because I told you that I only had 2 ways to teach you how to go downhill, but I just remembered a 3rd way now that I'm actually doing it. And that involves the same movements that I already told you that you needed to know how to do. So I promise I'm not changing the game last minute. Deja, you said I needed to know how to do this. You still need the same stuff, okay? You need the same stuff. You're going to face to the top of the hill, and whatever foot is your strongest, if you can do it on both feet, you're a gangster. But if not, just go with the foot you feel the most comfortable with. And that's gonna involve you just popping your heel up and resting your foot on your toe stop. Once you do that, you're going to shift your weight to that toe stop foot, make sure you're comfortable, and then slightly lift your toe stop foot and shift your weight to your outside foot. Then you're able to control the speed at which you're going downhill. If you want to go a little bit faster, you just lift up a little bit more. If you want to go slower, you just push down in your toes a little bit more. So we're nice and simple, nice and easy right now. That's if you feel comfortable going backwards. Carry on. So we're ready to go uphill now. We're done with downhill, but we don't want to take off our skates. We're not going to take off our skates. We're just going to use our toe stops and pop up there, boop, boop, boop. Just like a little manic pixie baby duck. Doo, 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 doo. And that will get us to where we need to go without having to take off our skates. Or you could just take them off, it's okay. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. This step, it's gonna double for helping you get off curbs, step down from curbs, but to also step onto the rink floor. So when you go to the rink for the very first time, you have to step onto the floor. And how you're going to do that, let's pretend that this is the rink floor or a curb, say we're on the street. What we're gonna do is, again, be very, very mindful of our bodies, paying attention. Our core is nice and tight. Our shoulders are up because where our shoulders go, our body follows. And we're just gonna make sure to kind of turn to the side a little bit and step your foot out into a V at a slant, and then bring your other foot to it. That's it. If you wanna go uphill, you don't wanna take your skates off, and there's stairs and there's a rail, you can just walk up the steps. You just have to make sure that you're paying attention to where your weight is being shifted. So rather than you taking the stairs like you would if you're walking, where you're striking with your heel and leading up with your toe. You're just going to make sure that you're stable before you move and keep your knees nice and bent. We've got our staggered stance. We're placing a foot and we're not shifting our weight until we feel comfortable. You should be able to hang out like this. If you can't hang out like this, you're moving too fast. So here we go, we're shifting our weight, shifting fully before we move, shifting fully before we move. And we're just using the handrail to guide us. Then we're moving. So the wheels themselves are not rolling. One, because I don't want to bang them up here and ruin my skates. But two, because I'm making sure to keep my weight balanced here before I'm moving to the next thing. So just be patient, be patient. If we wanted to go down rather than us going forward, we would do the same thing, but just backwards. If we didn't have a handrail, maybe don't do this. It's probably not worth it, but just make sure to stay nice and staggered. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. Okay. Nice and staggered with a V-step. Nice and staggered with the V-step. I don't recommend this. Actually, don't do this because I don't want you to come onto my video and be like, I tried to walk down the stairs the way that you told me. No, we're just gonna avoid that. Don't do that. Follow the other steps that I gave you.